Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Bargain Bin. Today we're going to be taking a look at Robocraft, which is the first game in my series that is actually completely free to play. Oh, yeah. Every other game has been something that you'd have to spend money on, and, that's fine. But this one is free. With the exception of you can actually purchase premium membership, which gives you bonus experience and cash. But I'll talk about that in a moment. So what is Robocraft? Well, Robocraft is a pretty interesting game. You are in this little spaceship, a very square-shaped spaceship, which is a garage, and there's other garages that you can see outside the window, though they're mostly decorative. And the planet you are above is very hard to make out. You can't really tell what it is. But the maps you end up going to, one is covered in ice, and the other one is pretty much Mars. A very green-skied Mars, but it's Mars, I guess. So what do you do with this game? Well, you can see that I have a block in my hand, and when I'm looking around, I can place the block down. If I click, it places it down. If I right-click, it picks it up. There's a chat in the lower left corner of the screen. So if you want to chat with people, go ahead. Go ahead, chat. I tend not to. So you can imagine what the game is like based off the block. It's a block building game. But more than just a block building game, you actually attach guns, wheels, and hover blades and things like that to your blocks, and you get vehicles which you can drive around and destroy. Honestly, if you haven't seen the game by now, then you must not watch any of the popular channels on YouTube. Seriously, why are you watching me? There's way more popular channels than me. Go watch them. I'm just a rambling idiot. Anyway, you connect all these blocks together and you end up with craft kind of like this, although probably a lot better because I mostly build things just to be kind of goofy about it. This is a hovercraft, which has 6 hover blades located inside the ship, which somehow provides enough downward thrust to overcome gravity. I'm not sure how, considering the hover blades are blocked, but, I don't care. They're protected. It's a little bit harder for people to take them out. In fact, I probably should actually rotate these so that they're connected to this portion instead of the outside portion so that they don't get destroyed when someone hits the side of the ship. That'd probably be a good idea. So let me actually do that. We're going to delete these. And you open up the inventory pressing any of these buttons, Q, C, T, B, G, or, well, don't press B. B will open up the battle menu. G or L maybe? I don't know. I haven't done L before. Pressing Q opens up your inventory, which has all the different blocks you have. You get tons of them free first time you play the game. A lot of these I'm not using because I'm trying to keep my hovercraft kind of light, so it's not weighed down very much. There's different categories. There's movement, which has wheels and thrusters and hover blades. Hardware is all your weaponry. Special, it's got your pilot seat, which you have to have. I have a radar, which lights enemies' positions up on the minimap and shows where they are through terrain. Headlamps, which are just kind of a fun thing to have. And cosmetic, which I have none of, because cosmetic costs money. So let's grab the movement, get the hover blades. Place them like so. And my hovercraft is now a little bit better defended than it was before. So, how well does this work? I'll show you in a moment. It works well enough for me. But I honestly am a poor judge of what is good and what is not, so yeah. So in the upper right corner, you can see your funds and experience points, which are those little stars, and your length of premium membership. I obviously have none. In the upper left corner, it shows you your player level, which gives you which the higher level you have, the more CPU you have, which is measured in pflops. I have no idea what P-flops are. I'm going to call them Pico-flops, because that makes sense to me. I'm getting a phone call, 1 second. Alright, that was just my brother. I'm going to be taking him to get a haircut tomorrow or something like that. I don't know. I forgot already. Moving on. Moving on. What was I even on in the first place? I got distracted now. Right, I was going to talk about the cash and experience points. So if I press C, I will go to the Cube Depot. The cash allows me to purchase the different parts that you need. Now, a lot of the main parts of your vehicle are going to be pretty expensive. So like this SMIG, it's a tier 3 SMIG, so it's a pretty spendy item. It takes a lot of bucks to get it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put one in my inventory. One to purchase. Special items, also kind of spendy to get. This one is a very crucial item to actually have on your vehicle in case you are flipped over in your land vehicle, because I see a lot of people flip over in their land vehicles. They don't have this, so they end up sitting in one place for the rest of the match, unable to do anything. Get one of these, put it in your vehicle. Do not be a detriment to your team. Now, the cosmetic items are all only able to be purchased using this blue currency. Now, this blue currency, it's only able to be obtained with funds. Now, I hear a lot of people say that eventually this game gets to be a play-to-win game. I call bullshit. Because it's not really play to win if you're able to purchase everything in-game using the free currency. If the only thing that is available to people who only use the blue stuff is cosmetic items, well, yeah, you can purchase these, but it's not really pay to win. Because you're restricted on these things by your level and by your tier. Anyway, these parts here, these are actually the main body of your builds. They have different armor values. See, the light one has 50, it takes 1 P-flop. It's half a robot ranking, so pretty much you can spam your vehicle with this and not worry about going up a rank. Kind of the same with these, although they are heavier. So they're exactly the same as your normal chassis. They just will help weigh your vehicle down in certain directions. So it's kind of like a ballast. Now this is a tier 1 rank, which obviously will give you more armor, weighs a little more, and has a higher ranking to it. Now windshields, funnily enough, they are exactly the same in every aspect as a light chassis, except for the P-flops. They give you more Pico-flops. I don't know why that is, but whatever. So when you're done picking out everything you want, you just click Buy Cubes. It'll bring up the menu. You can tell which one you want to go with. If you wanted to go with the blue one, you had to click the blue price tag. I just had to go with green because I get enough green points to work this out anyway. Alright. So you go to your inventory, you find your new hardware, you click on it, and you strap it on when you're able to. I currently cannot because I have a bit of a cap on how much I have. In fact, if I just remove one of these, perhaps. I should remove 2 of these. There. Now, a tricky part about the guns is that you cannot place them in specific areas, mainly within the other firing areas of your other guns. See, now I don't have enough CPU to put that down, so I lost 2 guns but gained a slightly more powerful gun. See, I put on this one, which is 334, and I got rid of 2 of these, which are 98. So a lot more damage for just the one gun. It also gave me a little bit of a boost to my tier ranking, but not enough to push me into tier 3. Now the tier of your vehicle is actually pretty important to being able to unlock new parts. If I press T, we'll go to the tech tree, and this is something I haven't seen other people talk about. Depending on the tier of your vehicle, when you complete a match or are destroyed, you get tech points based on the tier of your vehicle. So if you're a tier 1 vehicle, you'll only get tier 1 tech points. If you're a tier 2 vehicle, you only get tier 2. You can't have both. So knowing that, you have to make sure that you have the correct tier to unlock the specific parts you want. See, one thing I'm interested in getting into is the plasma launcher. I can't get to that though because it's a tier 3 technology. In order to get that, I have to have tier 3 tech points. In order to get tier 3 tech points, I need enough tier 3 items to boost my robot vehicle into the tier 3 ranking. So it's going to be a while before I actually am able to get that. Until then, I'm stuck using these SMIGs. Which, you know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Next, you also have a garage, which lets you keep your vehicle loaded. So you kind of have a save system for your vehicles. And if you... Okay, why am I so zoomed in? If you have guns on one vehicle, they won't be available on your other vehicle. I mean, but what I mean by that is you can't actually place the guns down. You have a limited inventory. So anyway, let's back out of there. I think I've done enough rambling for now, so let's actually look at getting into a match. How much are these? 25 P-flops. I can't afford that. That's a shame. Oh, this is a good enough vehicle. I've done many fights with it. It works out fine. To battle! So you press B, the battles start loading up. You're put into the lobby, and after a few seconds, you get into a match. My vehicle is named Weapons Platform because it's a floating platform loaded with weapons. I'm not too creative, I guess. Oh well. So how well does this thing handle? Pretty well. Using a hovercraft is kind of interesting. There is no real steering. There's only forward and backwards. To move left and right, you actually rotate your entire craft, and you have to start moving left or right with that. So now I have a radar on me, so I'll be able to tell if there's enemies nearby. In the meantime, I can take some pot shots at the vehicles down below. Oh, they have seen me up on the sledge. I will just float downwards and disappear out of sight. Now, notice that some of the blocks have turned black and one has disappeared. Those indicate how damaged your blocks are. The more damage, the worse off your vehicle is going to be. And flip away we go. Now this is kind of a suicidal thing that I'm doing, but I really want to get a kill. Up, he's lost all his guns. He is pretty much useless. And now I'm getting text messages. I'm surprised I'm missing that much. Okay. So, because of my crazy little attempt at dive bombing on this guy, I took a lot of damage. It's important to note how much damage you actually are taking, because it does affect how your craft moves. See, I've lost all of my front thrusters, so if I press space to raise myself higher, I'm actually starting to flip myself forward with my back thrusters. So I have to be very careful when trying to change altitude. Now it looks like I got on a pretty good team. We've taken out most of the enemy opposition. There's a few guys left around the capture point. Which, if everyone moves in at a concentrated effort, they shouldn't be able to do too much damage to us. And that guy has a tall pillar of guns for his craft. Up, and I helped take out almost all of it. Just look at him go. Oh, I'm taking damage. Better flee. And I'm not going to last much longer either. So, just going to float down here out of sight. Hopefully. Just look at that guy go. You know, he's not even important. What's important is winning the match, and I am so heavy, my little thruster can't lift me. Now, if I take some pot shots at that guy, I might help destroy him. I wonder where the other guy went. He just kind of disappeared, spiraling into the distance like Team Rocket. Oh, there he is. Oh, I got some hit on him. He can't keep this up forever. Just look at him go! That's the thing I love about this game. There's some element of unpredictability to it. You never know what's really going to happen in a match. You could end up on a team where every single person has flipped over and is now stuck being a guard for the base. Me, I have some mobility again. Alright, so the bar up top, it fills up when you have allies or enemies on the plate. And once it reaches a break in the line, it will not fall down below that point. Meaning it gets progressively easier to win the match by capturing the base. We've won a victory by capture, which is great. I wish I could have been on the plate, but that's fine. So, this is how tech tokens are earned. For every assist you get 1 tech token. For every kill you get maybe 6 more, perhaps? I don't really know. But I got 7, so maybe it's 7 per kill. So, here you have kind of a breakdown of what all you get. For a standard account, which is what I have, you have a base amount. A premium account gets a boosted amount of tokens and RP. I'm fine with that. I don't really need it. And this is why it's important to take care not to get yourself too damaged in battle. See all that? My robot was 77% destroyed. So, have to repair it. Repairs cost money. That's money out of your winnings. Yeah. You can also repair with the premium cash. I've never done that before because it's never really been more than 50% of my earnings to repair my ship. Which, personally, I'm okay with. A lot of people, not really pleased about that. Honestly, those people are kind of whiny. So yeah, that is Robocraft. It's a pretty fun game. I've enjoyed it quite a bit now. Should I go for tier 3 hover blades? Nah, I'll stick with this for now. It's a good rule of thumb to just completely purchase everything from a tier before you move on to the next tier for your vehicle. Like this, I'll purchase this. Give myself better armor. That way I can survive better in battle. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else to talk about. That's the only game type there is. There's also a practice area, which you press P to go to. It's just a place where you can test out your vehicle, see if you have everything working out fine, or if you've managed to completely make a horrible mess of things and need to fix it up. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave. This game is available for free on Steam. Take care, and goodbye.